A 12-match winning streak will be put to the test tonight as the Crows come to town. The reverse fixture up north was a 2-0 win for Des Moines, but tonight they've got to wash the taste of a disappointing draw out of their mouths. Good evening and welcome to live coverage of Des Moines Menace soccer on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Tonight, Menace look to get back to winning ways and stay unbeaten against Minneapolis City SC. My name is Danny Gatula, and alongside me is Menace defender Eddie Speed. Together, it's a pleasure to bring you tonight's match live on YouTube. Eddie, fantastic to have you along. Thanks so much for being here. It's an interesting matchup. Obviously, these two sides know each other. They played in the Open Cup. They've played in the opening match day of the USL League 2 season. What do we come to expect from this Minneapolis City side?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, Minneapolis City are a very well-drilled squad, a very well-drilled team, and when I was lucky enough to play against them in the Open Cup back in March, and they came very well prepared. They knew what they were up against, and they put two past us, so it was never an easy game. And, based on their current form, we can't underestimate Minneapolis City at this point. They've got a lot of very experienced players, a lot of, very technically gifted players, and, that's something we've got to be careful of today.
That's right, and you mentioned the fact that their form doesn't quite, tell the story of who this club are. They've only got 2 points from their first 5 matches as a brand new USL 2 club, but at the same time, that doesn't quite tell the story of the quality of this team, does it?
No, exactly, and, when Minneapolis City do come here, it's kind of like a derby for the season. This obviously for the history of the Open Cup, it's they're going to give us a game, and like I said, you can't base it on current form, and they're going to give us a game today, and there's going to be goals, based on their current results and based on our last results as well.
Yeah, that's right. Both teams coming off of draws, but City drawing 3-3 at St. Croix on Tuesday. That one back up in Minnesota, so they know how to put the ball in the back of the net. Menace have a 12-game winning streak dating back to last season, and we'll see if they can keep it going in the upcoming match. In a moment, we'll recap a windy weekend north of the border and set up the All-American clash that's in front of us. More live coverage is next on CISN.
The Chicken in Orilla is a classic roadhouse joint serving chicken any way you want. All hand-cut, hand-breaded, and 100% satisfying. Chicken, just like your mama used to make. Bring the whole fam for all their favorites, and chicken so good you'll know why we could only call ourselves the Chicken. In the middle of nowhere, but just minutes from everywhere.
We are
We are so much more.
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy.
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively.
Relentlessly.
At your service.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
At DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
Missing a quality, home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Moines and the Menace are hoping for a second win in as many tries against Minneapolis City. Eddie Speed joins myself, Danny Catula, with you at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, Iowa. Eddie, last week it was a Canadian doubleheader, 2 matches in 3 days. It's always tough on a team, especially when you can only travel with so many. Obviously, a lot of travel hours as well to get there north of the border. But 2 more clean sheets for Grant McKella, and I think all told, those are 4 good points to pick up.
Yeah, obviously, clean sheets are so important. They're just as important as goals these days, So, like that was very important. Obviously, very frustrating not to get the win on that Sunday. But, like you said, the gaffer coach has just, rotated the squad here and there. But on the Friday game, and then again on the Sunday game, two games in 2 days. It's difficult, especially with 7 hours traveling, across Canada. But it was definitely a very good experience. Obviously, 4 points is good, but we're disappointed not to get the 6.
Yeah, obviously you want to get back to winning ways as quickly as possible. You got an opportunity to do that tonight. But looking at this as the recap of the Thunder Bay match, 3-0 win in the end. What did you like from that performance from the boys?
Yeah, that was a good performance. I think we stayed solid defensively. They had a couple of chances, but obviously, like you said, Grant McKaylee with the clean sheets on the weekend, he was solid, and we were very well organised at the back. And the chances Thunder Bay did have, who were a very good side, gave us a game, and we just got our bodies in the way in the end. Just got that clean sheet, and we were able to score some excellent goals from 2 from Kingsford and. Who scored the other one again? I forgot.
No, I'm trying to think. It might have been Kraft.
I think it was.
Or it could have been Goldthorpe. Elliott's got so many at this point.
Yeah.
Surely
Right,
it was
literally.
Elliott. But no, I mean, you get that 3-0 win. Obviously, you drop points in the 0-0
Fernando
draw that's
Garcia,
coming up in a
that was
moment.
it.
There
I
you go.
apologize. Yeah, Fernando straight back from.
There's Fernando.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, and wow, how about that first one in the opener? At
Oh
home?
my goodness, unbelievable! Just sitting there on the bench and just seeing that go in, just the technique he did to score that was just an unbelievable strike,
Number 3 on SportsCenter, of course. And then this one, the Manitoba match coming up in just a moment. That was the 0-0 draw where you drop a couple of points, as that is the one that's most recent. How much does that kind of factor in to the confidence level or the fire within this team that you want to come back and make sure you've got 3 points in the back of your mouth as much as possible?
Yeah, I mean, the coaches, drill it into us that, every game's an important game, and every game we expect to win, and we expect to put on a performance, and, it's always frustrating not to get a win. That's for every team, not just us. But, against Manitoba, we gave everything the first half, second half. We created a lot of chances. but it was frustrating that they were very well drilled defensively, and we just couldn't get past their defence in the end, and we got a lot of shots off, but the keeper was also on form, which also doesn't help the cause, but yeah, very frustrating to get the draw, and we move on to this game, we take it game by game, week by week, and that's what we're doing.
What was Coach Johnson's response as you get that 0-0 draw? Obviously, he understands the conditions, but you mentioned off air before we started, this is not a team that makes excuses. No,
exactly. We, like you said, with the travelling and all that stuff, we the last thing we want to do is ever make an excuse, especially with the aspirations we have for the season. And it's the same with the coaches as well. Everyone's, mentality is exactly the same. Anything but a win is, not acceptable. And that's what we go into every game for. And, that's every training as well, just competition, plenty of competition within like splitting up teams, splitting up the squad, and we have to have that winning mentality. We have to win, because then we take it into games.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Got to be so much fun to be in a team like that where there's really no other option. Everybody's there for one purpose, and that's to win matches.
Yeah, exactly. So it's important that we stay fit, we stay healthy, and we keep doing the right things on and off the pitch, and hopefully the results will come through.
Well, let's scout the Crows a little bit. Minneapolis City coming from 3 hours north of town, founded in 2016. Got 3 adult clubs, Eddie. They participated in USL 2, obviously, this year. NPSL and UPSL are leagues that they participate in as well. They've been really successful at that NPSL level, haven't they?
Yeah, the both NPSL and UPSL are very good opportunities for, players that are, either out of college or in college, to showcase their potential, their abilities, and they're very good, organisations, and to put teams in there like Minneapolis have, it definitely grows the culture of their club. It grows the culture of the city, and soccer and football as a sport there as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the culture of the city. This is a team that's really proud, of its roots, and it stays pretty local to Minneapolis. Only 1 or 2 guys from outside the state. They're very proud of that. They love this community. Tori Burnett's somebody to watch, the first woman to ever serve on a USL coaching staff. Excited to see that. Lionel Vang's the guy to watch. He'll be coming off the bench today. He's got 6 career goals over 3 seasons for City, one of the veterans of this team, an attacking midfielder hailing from Little Canada, Minnesota, and a Roseville High School graduate. That's what to expect from the Crows, and keep in mind a couple new players for the Menace as well who could make their debuts tonight off the bench. Brandon Birmingham, 6'2" striker out of Ireland, and midfielder Narciso Cervantes joins the team from Los Angeles after a very successful career at Loyola Marymount. Well, Eddie and I will take a quick break, but don't go away. Starting lineups and final thoughts ahead of kickoff are ahead on CISN.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, it's Amanda with Holt's Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra product, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Welcome back into the booth at Valley Stadium in the heart of the Hawkeye State with Eddie Speed. I'm Danny Catula, bringing you through the final moments before kickoff. Starting lineups coming in just a moment, as you can see them being announced for Minneapolis City, and now for your home team, Des Moines Menace. For Minneapolis City in the back line, it'll be Ben Hughes, Jack Barry, Jonah Garcia, and Xavier Zenge, an A-ton freshman of the year from a couple of years ago, hailing from Cameroon. Martin Sanchez is in goal for the Crows. In midfield, looks like a triangle with Aiden O'Driscoll and Luca Contestabile in defensive midfield. Eli Goldman, the attacking point of that. Loic Masanvi, Herbert Endely, and Zach Susi round out the front three. For Des Moines, Grant Makala, Alfeu Bertini, Zeron Sewell, and Connor Langan. They're the last lines of defense. Neville Morgan and Corey Cupid on the wings. Timothy Mason, Elliot Goldthorpe, Riley Kraft, Fernando Garcia, and Alessandro Salvadega. Take a quick break on CISN.
The Royal Mile, where everyone's a wee bit British. The Royal Mile is downtown Des Moines' living room with classic pub favourites. Pair them with a glass of whiskey or an expertly poured Guinness. It's bloody brilliant. The Royal Mile, a proper British pub.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Not too many places hit all the right notes. But when it comes to great atmosphere and delicious scratch-made food, Truman's is the name to know. Game days are for Chiefs fans, but every day is for the food fans. Truman's, get to know us by name.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
The Chicken in Orilla is a classic roadhouse joint serving chicken any way you want. All hand-cut, hand-breaded, and 100% satisfying. Chicken, just like your mama used to make. Bring the whole fam for all their favorites, and chicken so good you'll know why we could only call ourselves the Chicken. In the middle of nowhere, but just minutes from everywhere. With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
Moments away from Menace soccer, as we teased a moment ago. Your starting lineups for Minneapolis City, the Crows visiting down south in the middle of Iowa. Martin Sanchez is your goalkeeper from Bloomington, Minnesota. Went to Northern Illinois, was a Husky there. Jonah Garcia and Jack Barry figure to be the men in the middle of defense. Ben Hughes, an outside back, alongside his counterpart Xavier Zenge, a couple of fullbacks outside. Defensive midfielders Luca Contestabile, went to Minnesota Thunder and the Portland Timbers Academy from Chaska, Minnesota. Aiden O'Driscoll and Eli Goldman join him in midfield, both from Minneapolis. Loic Masanvi and Zach Susi figure to be outside forwards, looking at wing positions for them. And Herbert Endely from the Indiana Hoosiers, one of the best programs in NCAA Division I soccer, two-time second-team All-Big Ten selection. He'll lead the line at the number 17. Looks like a 4-3-3 with maybe a bit of a defensive outlet to that. A couple of defending midfielders there. What stands out to you in that formation, Eddie?
Obviously, like I said, before the game, that Minneapolis is going to come very well drilled, organised defensively and going forward. And I think they're going to start with two holding midfielders. Minneapolis City, screening the danger man of us, Salvadego and Fernando Garcia, they're going to be screening his feet, making sure they don't get the ball there, and that's why we need to exploit the wide areas with Corey Cupid and Neville Morgan.
Grant Makala leads the back of the line. He's the goalkeeper. Alfeo Bertini, Zoran Sewell, and Connor Langen in front of him, the 3 center backs for Des Moines. Neville Morgan and Corey Cupid, as you mentioned a moment ago, Eddie, they're the outside backs. In midfield, Timothy Mason, a lone defensive midfielder. He'll hold the center of the pitch. Elliot Goldthorpe and Riley Kraft are your attacking midfielders. Goldthorpe and Kraft both have a cultured leg. They can hit it from distance. Fernando Garcia, the Super Sports Center scorer himself, and Alessandro Salvadego from Belluno, Italy. They are up front. We are underway. Minneapolis City in their flamboyant pink and blue kits get things going. They've got the ball early on. They're attacking from right to left in front of you, and your Des Moines Menace going from left to right in black and red. Early opportunity for Minneapolis City to quiet the crowd. And, well, that wasn't far away at all. 18 seconds in, already a chance for the Crows.
Yeah, obviously that's something that we can't get caught on, Des Moines Menace. They're going to... Any opportunity for them to split us and get in behind our defence, they're going to do it, and that was just a taste of the opportunity that they could have had at the start of this game.
That's something we could see early and often. It's a front line with 3 guys who are really quick, obviously super skilled, good on the ball, but one of the highlights of this attack for Minneapolis City is its pace. They get forward so quickly. That's something that burned Menace against St. Croix. Obviously, you were in that team and came off the bench to score one of 6 goals, but didn't seem like that's the way things were going early on, and hope that's not the case this evening.
Yeah, obviously, it's always important to get a sharp start, and with this man up here, up top, Salvadego, and obviously Fernando Garcia linking up, we're going to create chances just like that. Then, already we're 1 minute in, and it's already end to end. So we're in for an exciting game here.
Well, Eddie Speed is an oracle. He described it as it happened. Fantastic work, Alessandro Salvadego. Just as Eddie mentions his name, crosses it into Fernando Garcia, and not far away at all. We got a corner from that man, Riley Kraft. See what he can do with this. It comes from Kraft. Back post, headed down, and not a bad idea from there, but claimed by Sanchez.
Yeah, great ball in from Kraft. He's got the potential to whip in an amazing ball, as you would have seen at Piora City. Straight onto Corey Cupid's head. Amazing header as well, not taking anything away from that. But, again, great ball in from Kraft, and it just skipped a couple of our players. Might have caught Fernando Garcia just a little bit off guard. Didn't maybe expect it in the end, but even when he did head it, Fernando Garcia, maybe get onto them second balls in and around the area, because a lot of teams, especially in this division, score goals from loose balls in the area.
Yeah, more and more opportunities for Minneapolis City early on. It's long balls like this that have given them a couple of chances, and now they win the ball from some pressure. Overload on the right side, cross to the back post. No one there in pink. And so Grant McKella, goalkeeper out of Destin, Florida from FIU, transfer from the SMU Mustangs. He's able to pick that one up, and no harm, no foul.
I'm not sure if it's Grant in goal. It might be Joey. Just double check on that. I think it is Joey. Is it?
That's a great question. It could be.
Either way, they're both great.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, either way, they're both great keepers. They're both solid.
That's a great catch.
Like you said, clean sheets both in Canada for Grant. So they're both excellent goalkeepers. We're very lucky to have them for the summer. They've put in performances in training, and it's frustrating for the players. When we try and get shots off, and just the keepers are like cats in goal. They just get to everything.
You always hope as a team that your goalkeeper doesn't have too much work to do, but at the same time, you want to make sure you've got that security blanket that if necessary, they can do what they need to do to keep a clean sheet. Another corner for Menace early on, and Riley Kraft, of course, adept at those. See if he's able to put something in the box and pick up another assist. He's already got 4 on the year in 5 matches. That leads the team. And one of the top marks in USL League 2. A couple of them coming on set pieces like this. Into the 4th minute now. Kraft's cross. Center of the box, and what a great service. No one could get on it.
Yeah, again, Riley Kraft with that, dangerous ball in, and it just takes that one player to attack it, eyes on the ball, and just head it towards goal or volley it towards goal. But it's catching Minneapolis City out just to start off with. They can't really concede too much corners because, that's a threat for them and a threat to us, that we could put some of them away in the box. And like I said, the ball from Riley Kraft was just unbelievable, and someone's got to get on the end of that and put it in the back of the net.
As you speak, another one comes in on the other side from Neville Morgan, and that's headed away as well. But promising the early chances from the wing. It looks like that's the strategy against Minneapolis City, is to get it wide and service it back in on these aerial balls. Comes in from Cupid again. Touch at the top of the box. Gonna get a shot away from this. It's deflected. And it looks like we're headed for corner number 3 in just 5 minutes.
Another danger zone for Minneapolis City. You cannot allow Alessandro Salvadego to turn like that. You've got to just face him one way, and that's backwards towards his own goal, because if he turns like that, he's put loads in like that in training, he's very likely to hit the target.
Kraft, the captain, puts in another cross, this time a little bit too far. Not what he was hoping for. And we'll see if the Menace can work up another attacking chance. Good header wide, but it's intercepted and coming the other way quickly. Here's where the pace starts to come in for Minneapolis City. Well done in the end that time from Connor Langan.
Connor Langan also very quick, very good back there for us, very solid.
Oh, and danger here is an opportunity, is saved at point-blank range. Joey Batruni. How about that to save the team from what would have been a catastrophic error in the back?
Yeah, obviously, Timo's just tried to get on the ball there, and he's that's where we try to find, Timo's feet every day in training, and, he's very good with it, but he just got caught out a little bit there, maybe a bit of communication from everyone else around him just to say turn or not turn, or maybe some more from the keeper as well.
Yeah, it's hard to know a lot of times, and sometimes it's hard to know that the player who's on the ball needs that communication. It's one of those kind of split decision things where you have to know it's there, have the vision to see someone behind him, and then let him know in time.
Yeah, we also want to stay composed as well on the ball, not to get too panicky when we do receive it there, because, we're always composed when we receive it there with our quality on the ball.
Quality of the ball a little bit substandard on this free kick for Minneapolis. And trying to poach it that time, I think, was Elliot Goldthorpe coming through midfield. Minneapolis City back on the ball.
Yeah, they need to use a little bit more of the wider areas. Obviously, he's caught it there, and we've just kind of screened them out back to the back line. And I think for Minneapolis City, they need to keep the pressure up if they want to try and get a foothold at the start of this game.
Jonah Garcia on the ball. He'll play it back to the last line of defense. Martin Sanchez, Bloomington, Minnesota native. He's made 15 saves on the year, conceded 7 goals. And it'll be a throw-in on the far side for Menace. Bit of a giveaway in possession that time, and that gifts the ball to Neville Morgan. Just waiting just off your screen. The referee going to have a conversation with, I believe, Luca Contestabile in midfield.
He's got I don't know whether he's got shin pads on. I think he was just knocking at his knee then, just to tell the ref that he has got them on. They get shorter and shorter as the years go on at the shin pads.
Yeah, that's true. They used to be those Velcro strap-ons, and now it's those ones you just kind of slide in. And I've seen some pretty heavy-duty ones as well. There's a lot of innovation in the shin guards, the shin pads now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't like to get too fussy. Just straight to Dick's Sporting Goods and just get a pair of the kids' shin pads and whack them on.
Right. Back line. Patient from Menace. Played out wide from Langan. Sprays it out to the wide side, and this is Corey Cupid. Right wing. Can he get it inside the box? It's just good enough. On the back line from Jack Barry from Naperville, Illinois. Mentioned there were a couple players from out of Minnesota. He's one of them. Played every match for the St. Thomas Tommies in 2021 as they transitioned to NCAA Division I action. Here's a nice long ball and a couple players in the area. And a shot from distance is deflected right back towards him. Neville Morgan had to go from there.
Yeah, and there's the danger again in and behind the Minneapolis City defence. Obviously with pacey wingers like Corey Cupid and Neville Morgan, that if they get that space in behind, they're going to make things happen.
This one's sent out of play, and that'll be a throw-in for Minneapolis City. Neither side really able to hold on to too much possession right now. A little bit for Menace in their own half, but once they get across midfield, Minneapolis doing a good job, it seems, of kind of overloading the ball side and making sure that those midfielders aren't comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, I think the gaffer will be kind of happy with the performance to start off with. We're exploiting the wider areas with Corey Cupid and Neville Morgan and working the ball into the box. And we've had a couple of chances here and there with Fernando Garcia and Alessandro Salvadego, and it's just important to stay consistent with those chances, those opportunities, and moving the ball. And then I think he'd be satisfied with it.
It's a nice challenge inside the box. Corey Cupid had to be accurate. Didn't want to give away a penalty chance there. The Trinidad and Tobago native will instead let it go out for a corner kick, and a chance for Minneapolis City now on the set piece.
Yeah, something that we want to avoid as well, for any team coming here. Set pieces, to score half the goals this, in every league,
In comes the ball, and it's not far away, still bouncing around in the box. Menace fortunate to get that one away, but it's still not fully out of trouble. Now they get it away, and a chance potentially to break and go in the other direction. Kraft will wisely take his time. Langen sends it forward, a bit iffy, and they will lose possession there. About 40 yards from goal, a chance for Minneapolis City again to run down this left side.
Yeah, you just saw the press then for Minneapolis City. They did not want us to get out. They pressed as a unit. All 6 players going towards Riley Kraft and Connor Langen then in the corner.
Contestabile, nice looping ball and onside, but
he's pulled up.
That's never what you want to see. And when you think late in a match, potentially that's a cramping situation, but this early, you worry it could be something worse than that.
Yeah, definitely. You could just see it then when he was running after that ball. He's just felt something in his hamstring as he's feeling there now, and that's definitely frustrating for any player. If that happened to one of us or obviously one of them, to get an opportunity like this to play in the summer and something like that happens to you, and it's frustrating. And we'll see if he recovers or. It doesn't look like he's going to recover.
Yeah, that's Eli Goldman, de facto captain in attacking midfield. The Riley Kraft, if you will, of this Minneapolis City team, as he's going to signal for a substitution. It looks like head coach Matt Van Benskoten, third-year manager for Minneapolis City, will set up a substitution. And the man who went down, by the way, Xavier Zenge, of Cameroonian descent originally from North Oaks, Minnesota. Really promising. Started in center back position, but obviously found himself all the way in the opposing box there, and still on the ground, as you can see. Those muscle injuries, they can be pretty serious. They can put you out for a while, and that pain can just linger. Even once the injury is quote unquote healed, that's something that sticks with you. Yeah,
absolutely. Especially when he comes back and returns to train, and he's gonna be nervous to maybe get into a tackle, just doesn't want to get injured again, and he's got to look after that hamstring or whatever he's hurt to get back in action and get back to full fitness.
Well, it's interesting. It's not exactly a like-for-like change. Eric Bloom, a striker, has experience playing in the 4th tier in Sweden from Lino Lakes, Minnesota. He's come in as a striker to replace the originally a center back Zenge, but at the same time Zenge was forward, so not sure necessarily if he had moved up or what's gone on there. But another striker is in the lineup. Minneapolis City certainly not apt to sit back like we had in the Manitoba match last time. I'm not exactly expecting a 0-0 finish here.
Nah, definitely not. I think both teams want this in the worst way. It's important for Minneapolis City to get a win as well. It's halfway through the season already, I think, and, it's important that both teams get a win from here.
Well, Corey Cupid with some tricky dribbling and just isn't able to get that shot fully away. Nice deflection there defensively for City.
Yeah, Corey just getting inside then. Another thing that Minneapolis City can't afford to do, really. Just let Corey Cupid come inside there, and he's got a shot away. But they're the chances that we have to create, and, in order to get that win.
Well, nice passing in midfield has led to a brilliant opportunity, 2-on-1 if they use it right.
Great
and
save,
another
Joey.
Incredible save from Batruni. It could still be a chance on. Right wing, can they get the cross in? They can. Takes a deflection. And a crucial intervention from Connor Langen at the back post. Still a danger. Left side. This is Aiden O'Driscoll. Can he put it in from here? Looking to go at Langen. He'll cut back inside. Looking for a pass, maybe tried the lifted ball, and a shout for a handball. That was never really going to be a decision made by the referee that close in. And they'll play it back, try to recycle this one.
Yeah, I think these chances are going to be very, very limited. I think for Minneapolis City, getting in behind the defence like that, and we cannot switch off like that. Des Moines, we can't switch off defensively. We've got to carry on pressing. We can't let Minneapolis City out that easily, and I think it's an unbelievable save from Joey. He's come out. He's made a right decision. We were able to get players back behind the ball, and the chance has gone by that point. But like I said, you can't give opportunities like that to Minneapolis City. Well, both teams as well. There's going to be times where we'll be on the break, especially with Neville Morgan's pace and Corey Cupid on the wings. But is an example of it here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Proving you right is Neville Morgan on the outside. Good defending in the end from Ben Hughes there on the outside.
I think that, 15 minutes in the game is just something that we need to kind of pick up on, is the slow starts. We need to not start slow. We need to get our touch under control, be organised defensively, even from the start, especially, a lot of teams get organised defensively and they feel like that's most important when like a team has scored, to be organised defensively, but it starts right from the first whistle. And I think Minneapolis City were very sharp to be onto that.
Yeah, they absolutely were. As we'll see, how about another corner kick? It's been a common storyline of this first half, 15 minutes in. Is this corner number 4 at this point?
Yep, I think so. Like I said, Minneapolis City can't afford to give away corners either. It's going to be a dangerous ball in from Crafty.
It sure is. Sent to the back post, and this time, just like the last one, a little bit too long. And so that will lead.
I did not want to jinx it before he took that, but I think I did. Sorry about that, Crafty. That's my fault, that.
Well, the more you get to be in commentary, the more you realize the commentator's curse is very real.
Yeah, literally.
And you cannot avoid it.
Yeah, I know. So, but very electrifying start from both teams already.
Interesting. It looks like we'll have a change. Luka Nedic, defensive midfielder, looks like he'll come in. And, man, a couple of early substitutions for these two sides. Obviously, you get a lot of subs. You get up to 7. Obviously, you can use your entire substitutes bench in USL League 2, but a bit rare to see early substitutions like that. You wonder if there was a knock that Mason might have picked up, or maybe head coach Dean Johnson just decides time for another option.
Very frustrating for us that. I think Timo's just worked back from an injury. I think it was his groin. He's worked his way back into the team. He's played well in training this week, and for him to come off is just that's devastating. That. Luka Nedic, though, top player. He played very well for us in Canada. Always getting on the ball, always wanting to get on the ball, always checking his shoulders, and he did a great job while Timo was out. And like for like substitution.
Yeah, it sure is. Holding midfielder by trade from Lincoln, Nebraska, but has Bosnian heritage. Goes back to his native Bosnia-Herzegovina every year. Also attended a youth program with Red Star Belgrade in Serbia. Played in 3 matches and made 2 starts for Menace.
Yeah, good top player, Luka Nedic. He's one of them. I think with the Minneapolis' first chance, I think having him on the pitch, he would have drawn a foul, and that would have been a good foul to make. He's in there, to stop them plays, to play just behind Riley Kraft and Elliot Goldthorpe, and stop the counters. But hopefully later on in the game, when Minneapolis City are on a break like that, Luka's able to draw the smart foul.
You mentioned the smart fouls from Luka. He's got 3 yellow cards on the year, by far the leading number in that category.
Yeah, exactly. His yellow card record does not match his personality whatsoever. That's all business. Yellow cards, that.
Sometimes that's what you need from your holding mid. Think of Fernandinho, maybe a Premier League example.
Yeah, exactly. Very similar types of players. Like to get on the ball and like to commit fouls.
Right side here, we'll see an opportunity for Menace to move forward from midfield. This will be Goldthorpe, who looks like he's kind of migrated out to the right side of that midfield 3.
Yeah, the midfield rotation needs to stay alive both defensively and going forward. I think just communicating with each other to exploit them gaps in between the midfield of Minneapolis City and the back line to get it through to obviously Elliot and Riley to take shots in and around the area, or maybe work it against Salvadego and Fernando Garcia.
Well, here's Garcia on the ball right now. He will play it to Goldthorpe, and he'll move it out right. It's an opportunity for Cupid. Can he get the ball in? Yes, he can. This one arrowed to the back post, headed back into an area. And a dangerous chance, but still nothing on the board for Menace. One of the better opportunities early on, but there's still a chance, and that's snuffed out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about there. Just the second balls, in and around the area. Them second balls, Fernando was able to get some contact on that, and then it came off the last defender. And I think just that loose ball is just a little jab on target and into the goal, And that's what it's them scrappy goals that'll get you the lead and get you the wins. And we've had a couple of them right now. I think it's time to just put them away,
It's so easy to look at it on a screen and say, well, I mean, he's so close. All you've got to do is hit it, but at the same time, so difficult that technique to see it as it's coming across and just hit it just right.
Yeah, no, it's definitely difficult. He was about a yard away from him as well. To react to that, you have to be definitely on your toes. And I think when Fernando Garcia struck that ball, he was a little bit off balance a bit, which happens in football. And we could definitely rely on him later on in the game to put some goals away.
That is the hope, of course. Got a couple of star-studded goals for Menace earlier on this season. Here's a long ball, and this could find Morgan. Streaking down the left side, and he's not quite able to latch onto it for long enough to get it away, but some high pressure is going to win Menace the ball back one more.
Yeah, it's that midfield rotation. I think who was tracking back then? Was it Riley Kraft?
I think it was Kraft.
It was Kraft, yeah. Just, he was sitting. I think Elliott went forward to join that front two with Garcia and Salvadego, and I think Kraft just dropped a little bit. The rule is when one midfielder goes, one always sits, and here we go.
Well, here's one going forward now. And, going down there, a penalty shout, and nothing from the referee, no sympathy on his end. And now going the other way, this could be a dangerous counter for Minneapolis City. It's the type of game this match has been. Chance on one end, chance on the other. Down this left side, can Loic Masonvi get anything going? Comes back to the center again. He'll come back out wide, looking for an angle to shoot from. He'll play it in, and that is headed away expertly by Alfeu Bertini.
Yeah, I think... there's that break again. Minneapolis City, they're always looking to exploit that break every single time. And it's Corey Cooper who's on the floor right now, who's been in great form. I think that was definitely a tough challenge in the box. I saw studs up. Obviously, I think all the ball was intended. But, if we ever get a replay of that, want to see that replay and see if it was studs up and stuff. It could be frustrating for Des Moines Menace and Corey.
Yeah, that's one that you do always want to kind of get a second view at and just have a look, if maybe you were slighted a bit, got a bad call from the official. As both teams will take the opportunity to hydrate a bit, get a talk from their managers. What do you think Coach Dean is saying right now to these boys? It's been 21 minutes or so, and you haven't given anything up, but at the same time, I think you would have wanted a goal.
Yeah, I know, obviously. I think it's just patience. It's just patience again, just don't overwork it, don't carry on forcing the balls in behind, it's going to come with Corey's pace. And another example, I think it was Alfeu that put it over the top to Neville, and it's getting onto them second balls, getting onto them loose balls, I think. And I think he's going to just say, just don't get too caught up on the counter. I think there was another, I think Luka Nedic was all the way up here. It's important for the midfielders to communicate to make sure one is sitting and one is going. And, it's that, like I said, it's that counter again. It's just to stay organised and talk to each other, who's sitting, who's going.
Yeah, that's right. It's so much communication, and obviously can't hear it in the booth, but it's happening. So much conversation, and obviously a lot of different languages spoken by the boys in this team. Over 10 countries represented in this Menace squad. That's something this team's very proud of. And on the back line, some more patience from Menace in their own half. Outside Bertini. He'll play it back, and a little bit dangerous, but Petruni able to clear it away with his foot.
Yeah, Minneapolis kind of doing a good job screening our midfielders. We were trying to just kind of look into Luka Nedic's feet there, but I think it was their striker that just dropped in front of his feet, and he's done a good job there. And that's what Minneapolis City just try and do. They try and just keep this up throughout the whole game, and it's just. Like I said, we can't get frustrated, Des Moines Menace. We've got to just keep working the ball like we're doing here.
Here's a long ball, and nobody quite able to run onto it, but Garcia's run was not far away. Love that idea from the center in midfield. I believe it came in from Nedic, and now they'll switch on to defense.
Yeah, he's got that in his locker, Luka Nedic. Him and Connor Langan have got some good pingers. They could spray it from one side of the field to the other, and that's the press that we need. That Minneapolis is kind of doing to us. I think it was Salvadego who just forced the keeper into the mistake.
Yeah, Martin Sanchez did not catch that clearance how he wanted to, and now putting his head down is Goldthorpe, and he'll win a attacking free kick. Well, this is the type of space where he can hit it from here. Riley Kraft has shown, actually against Minneapolis City with a 35-yarder, that he can score from here directly.
Yeah, it's important for a player like Elliott Goldthorpe just to, stay patient, not get too frustrated that he's, not getting on the ball, and it's important for him to do his job defensively, but you could just see there the taster of, what he could do with the ball at his feet. He could go at players, he could take players on, and both of them were very lucky to have these two in the squad can whip balls in.
Here's this ball whipped in, and a couple of Menace players in the area, but no one able to get their head to it. Out for a throw.
Yeah, another set piece, you know.
Yeah, not a bad idea at all. Really, the services have been good, and it's just that finishing touch. It's that last piece that can be so hard to put together. Seems like they'll be able to pull one in sooner or later, but of course we've seen it plenty of times in football where you get the draw that it doesn't feel like you deserve. Obviously, it happened in Manitoba just a few days ago, last week. Hope it doesn't happen this time. It's a long throw in from Neville Morgan, and not a bad flicked ball off the head. Still in the area. And it's really good defending. They're swarming the ball. It seems like Minneapolis has done their homework. They know that Menace really like to have the ball in midfield. They like to have the ball at their feet. It's where they're most dangerous, and they've cut that kind of pillar out of the Menace attack so far.
Yeah, you could kind of see then when the ball kind of went out, when they won the ball off Neville Morgan in the corner, I thought they were going to counter like they have been doing, but you know, they've been patient right now. You know, they're picking and choosing their moments, when to go, when to not go, and they're doing a good job of it, to be fair. And, you know, it's important for us to, great touch, Elliot, to you know, stay patient ourselves.
Nice ball filtered out by Elliot Goldthorpe, and Morgan's cross is deflected, and Ben Hughes took a beating for it. The 26th minute, it stays 0-0, and opportunity for Menace down this left side again. Neville Morgan keeping it in play. Actually, he didn't. The assistant referee at midfield will say it crossed over the line. That'll be a throw-in for City.
Yeah, it's important for Neville as well to not get frustrated, you know. He's got in behind one or two times, but it's important for Neville to just keep wanting to get on that ball, keep wanting to go in behind, keep wanting to make things happen, and, you know, that's also important for him to do that.
Again on this left side, a throw-in from Morgan. He sure has a lot of power behind those throws. Right side, here's Langen. Langen with space, and he'll try and pick out a long ball. Seeking out a forward run, and it doesn't come off. So Martin Sanchez will gladly claim that one. Roll it out and invite some pressure from Menace, and he'll clear it away across midfield. That's a nice ball.
Hear Conor Langen talk from there, heard his voice from up here, and, you know, that's so important just to, you know, demand, communicate, and, you know, it's them little things that'll get you the results, them little things that'll make things happen, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Again, it goes back to that communication. We're 27 minutes in. It's those little things that can separate a match like this. Both teams pretty high quality. Here's a strike from distance. Again, it is blocked by Minneapolis City's back line.
Good defending, Neville. He's made a good decision there. You know, like I said with Neville, you know, it's important for him to do that defensive work as well. You know, keep getting on that ball and keep working hard defensively.
Yeah, we talk about the attacking ability of your fullbacks for Menace, Neville Morgan and Corey Cupid, and of course plenty of wingbacks who can come off the bench and provide that as well, Eddie, you being one of those. But at the same time, that primary role, at least officially on paper, is that defensive role. There's a lot to think about, obviously a lot they're responsible for, but man, these two guys in right now, they've got the quality on both sides of that ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and it's important when the ball's on one side. You know, you're speaking to the three at the back. You know, just telling, you know, I'm tucked in, I'm here. And then when the ball's on the other side, it's important for the left winger to tuck in if the right side's gone up.
Well, how about this run into the middle? An opportunity went for the Meg, and that would have been something special to come up with it on the other side of that. But in the end, City defender stayed home, and, well, there's your Meg. Right side, Cupid will play it back, and Menace will recycle.
Yeah, it's important for Elliot Goldthorpe to have that good first touch. He can make things happen, him and Riley Kraft. You know, to get him in between that Minneapolis City defensive line and in behind the midfield, you know, and it's that could have been a great chance there for the Menace.
Zeron Sewell filters it out wide, and this is Cupid. Cupid does not win that battle for the ball, but it does touch Minneapolis City last, and that'll result in a Menace throw.
There you go, getting it to Nedic's feet and getting it to Elliot's feet, and, oh, ref.
Eddie's not pleased with the call. I can't say I am either particularly. Elliot Goldthorpe is also going to have a conversation. Nobody in Menace colors pleased about that decision.
Nah, that's also frustrating, you know, when, you know, decisions like that don't go your way, and when we just secured the ball and we're about to swing it, and, you know, and then the ref gives a foul. Like I said, it's very, very frustrating for both teams.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Back line. Menace with it again, Sewell. And he'll see it one more time.
I think we're starting to control the game a little bit now. Coming into this last 15 minutes of the first half, we're starting to, you know, get a hold of it, get our attacking shape, midfield shape, and, you know, exploit the wide areas. And, you know, that was another example of that turn in midfield, had a bit of space, Elliot Goldthorpe did.
Yeah, quarter hour left in this first half, and what a nice turn that was from Goldthorpe a moment ago. But those are the types of touches that you want to see him take. Luca being introduced into the squad, doing a really good job replacing Mason.
Very important play then as well. I think Connor went to challenge for the ball. Corey Cooper just tucked in behind him. You know, that's also very important for a wing back, you know, to make sure if the ball does go over, which it did then, it's important to get a good first touch and control it and then just secure the ball.
This one sent long, and plenty of players in black and red to aim for. Doesn't find any of them, and now look out for this potential challenge. And it will be a foul. City not pleased with it, but seems like the right decision.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a battle in that midfield. I thought that was a good, good, well-competed foul, and I don't think Nedic was, complaining about that either. He's just lunged for the ball, and I think that's what caught the ref off guard, but I thought that was clean, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, we'll certainly take it from a Menace perspective. Aiden O'Driscoll whistled for that one, perhaps a bit unfairly. This one sent long, and Cupid may be offside this time. He is not, and a diving headed clearance will lead to a throw for Cupid.
Exploiting the wide gaps again, you know. Corey Cupid obviously wasn't going to run onto that ball, but it's important to get that body in the way, win that throw in a dangerous area.
Now, we mentioned him in the intro as our player to watch. Got a couple of goals, and he's missed a little bit of time after having to be absent for visa reasons for the Canada trip, and that'll be a foul against
Never a foul,
Cupid.
referee. No, that's not a foul. I thought that was a bit, you know, both players going at it, you know, both players getting the body in the way, and, you know, that's when the game gets frustrating for both teams.
And we'll see it one more time. It does feel the referee is kind of taking a more no-nonsense approach to this one, not doing a whole lot of letting the players play. It seems, at least on both sides, he's been pretty even, but he's called quite a bit. We've seen plenty of his whistle, especially in the last 5 minutes or so. Backline Batruni will handle it. Joey Batruni making his second start. His only other one was after Grant McKellar was disqualified for his red card in the opening match of the season against these same Crows of Minneapolis City. Batruni replaced him, or technically replaced Fernando Garcia, who was sacrificed as Des Moines Menace went down to 10 men, but after that had to make the next start as well. Only had 2 saves coming into tonight, and he's already had to make 1 or 2 from really difficult angles. He's done a great job in goal.
Yeah, they're important saves as well, and you know, it's like I've only had 1 shot this season and 1 goal, so you know
right.
that was a goal saving, chance that Minneapolis City had. That Joey was able to block, and you know they're just as important. If it weren't for him, then we'd be 1-0 down. You know, so every save like that is just so important, and no matter how little he has or how much he has, you know, they're just so important. Them saves get your body in the way.
San Antonio, Texas native, the 6'2", 180 Lee High School product. Went to Coastal Carolina. Played with the Chanticleers for his collegiate soccer. And how about that little flick to hold on to possession? Still with it. And that's a great tackle for Minneapolis City. They'll win the ball back again. Really good on-ball defense. And we'll see a foul there again. And not exactly pleased is the man up front.
Yeah, Fernando Garcia there just did very, very well to get out of a tricky situation, and this, it's important for him to just release the ball there, I think. But, you know, he did really well, and Fernando Garcia, as we know from the first game, can make things happen just and blow your mind away with some of the stuff that he's done, you know, and, you know, it's important for him to not get frustrated either.
Oh, just a half step offside. That's not far away at all from being an onside run. A little bit unfortunate for Menace that time.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know whether the last defender was playing him on them, but Minneapolis has gone quick with it, and Des Moines won it back.
Yeah, how about this opportunity? Garcia with it again, and once more tries a little bit too much dribbling to hold on to it. One of the things that in the first half we were on his case about a bit, and of course he silenced us all with the Brilliant half volley goal from outside the box.
Yeah, unbelievable that.
Back line, Sewell. Langen, who's seen a lot of the ball on the back line today.
Yeah, Connor's very good with his feet, very good with his, visual awareness. He can pick out on a good pass just like that.
Yeah, exactly like that. Neville Morgan kept it in play but couldn't hold on to possession. And
Well
nice
done, Big
job
Z.
to win it back.
Great start.
Sewell picks it up. Formerly of the VCU Rams. He's only played in one match. He made that start. Originally from Morant Bay, Jamaica. 6'2" center back. Tall figure, tough to get around.
Yeah, tell me about it. He's a big boy. Big Z, is big step there. He had to step into that midfield. Made a good decision, and he's just like you're not really gonna get him off the ball anytime soon. So yeah, that's important for him to stay defensively solid and aggressive.
Yeah, first team All-Atlantic 10 selection in his senior year. A mid-season addition for Menace. He made the first start he was eligible for, the third match week of the season, and had to miss the Canada trip, again for visa requirements. And at midfield, we'll see a throw-in. Of course, keep in mind that front partnership of Fernando Garcia and Alessandro Salvadego, it's missing Ryan Kingsford, who has picked up a foot injury. That was a more recent development, injury in training to his foot, and that's a tough one. Obviously, you want to have him in the lineup. And if this is a match that stays 0-0 for too much longer, it's something you wonder if you had Kingsford in the lineup.
Yeah, Kings has been on absolute fire, both with his finishing and his pressing and his first touch, his decision-making. The way that impresses me with Kingers is just the way he draws fouls in around the area. He gets his body in the way, and it's so them like fouls are so important around the area, and he's going to be an absolute miss, for tonight. But I hope he gets better. He's at Akron University right now, at a very good school, very football orientated school, soccer, if I may say, on CISN. Yeah, so he's going to be a big miss.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get the right sport when you talk about college athletics. Of course, you got both under different names. How confusing has that been for you, obviously coming from the UK and being in the U.S. for a little while now, played your college ball here up in New York. How long has that taken you to kind of adjust to the difference in the way it's said?
Yeah, I just kind of stick to my roots, really, just call it football. And, when I talk to people, they know what I'm on about. They know I'm not on about the American football stuff. So, it's I haven't really adapted, to be honest, just stuck with my own ways. Been very stubborn. I still call gas stations petrol stations and that. So,
No, I love to see it. We'll see this replay one more time as picking up a foul that time. Bertini was knocked down, and yep, it's that little tug of the hip there.
Yeah, definitely a foul there from Minneapolis City. I think that was Loic Mensanvi. But a questionable one in the midfield I think the referee gave earlier. I think the ball was cleanly won, and it's important, for as best the ref can do to let play go on, just kind of let the game flow, especially towards the end of the first half, and to try and give less calls for both teams unless it's like blatantly obvious and clear.
Yeah, that's right. Obviously, want to let those players play it out as much as possible. Intervene only when you need to. How about that back heel from Garcia? Now across into the middle. A great idea, but just not enough on the pass to beat Garcia on the back line. That'll lead to another corner.
Yeah, Minneapolis City very switched on at the back, and it's obviously, like I said, we cannot get frustrated. We've got to be organised, and we've got to just keep pressing, just keep going at them. But Minneapolis are always going to be switched on at the back.
And we'll see another corner come in from could only be one man. Riley Kraft headed to the back post, and nothing there. So that'll lead us to a goal kick, says the center referee. See this one more time. Not a bad ball. Again, the service is good, but so many pink and blue shirts in the area.
Yeah, that, like I said, very strong defensively. They're adding one or two defenders to all our quality players.
A shot from distance. It goes through the football uprights, but the football goal, of course, the one we're playing this evening, is what you got to hit. That did not find its way through. And that'll be a goal kick. Not a bad idea from there, though. Want to get a shot on target from that distance.
Yeah, especially this man here, Fernando Garcia. It's important for him. That's Alessandro Salvadego, Riley Kraft and Elliott. Just if they get in an area like that and they have that much space, it's important to get a shot away and hit the target. You know, Minneapolis City cannot afford to let the Des Moines Menace players to get in spaces like that.
We'll see if they can get into this type of space again. How about that ball? Incisive pass down the right wing. Elliott Goldthorpe, he'll play it across the middle. A touch from Garcia, and Sanchez was sprawling. But all it concedes is a corner. Another chance for Menace with about 5 minutes to play until halftime.
Another great chance for Menace, and that's just the quality that we possess going forward. You know, taking players on, putting in quality crosses, which, you know, their centre-back has just missed. And you got to think now, you know, 1 or 2 of these chances that have come, you know, it has to go in, especially at this level. You know, it's important to finish your chances off.
You never know what happens at the other end. Kraft puts it in long again, headed to the back post, and Sanchez just about equal to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being a little bit harsh there. I think it was a little bit behind Fernando Garcia, but, you know, we're creating these chances and, you know, we've got to put them away. And, you know, I think Fernando Garcia made the right decision just heading it back across there of the goal. And, you know, like I said, someone's got to be on the end or just challenging it at least.
Free kick in attacking territory for Minneapolis City. We'll see who takes it. Maybe a chance for them to kind of switch the run of play. It's been mostly Menace going forward in the last 5 minutes or so, but get a set piece like this, well, they're not quite able to do much with it, so I'll take everything back that I said. Chance for Menace to get forward again. It's just out of play. It's unfortunate because you had the potential for a give and go, and now the referee going to have a stern word. I think that's Garcia over there who was a bit frustrated, back-heeled it out of play, and the referee didn't take kindly to that.
Nah, it's important for Fernando Garcia just to keep his edge, just to relax, you know, when the ball gets to his feet and just to, you know, make things happen. That's his job.
Garcia from Mint Hill, North Carolina, just outside Charlotte. Went to UNC Greensboro by way of Charlotte and Northeastern Texas Community College. Played in 4 matches and has 2 goals and 2 starts for the Menace.
There's Elliott Goldthorpe again, just taking on, you know, getting a good touch, taking on 2 or 3 players, you know, just getting it out of our defensive half. And, you know, that was a good foul made by Minneapolis City.
Long ball and getting on the end of it. Garcia off the post and in. 42nd minute goal, and how about that? Fernando Garcia, inch perfect from the right side. What a goal, 1-0 Menace.
Unbelievable goal, Fernando Garcia. Like I said, he does stuff like that. You know, he makes things happen, you know, even though the game might not have gone his way. And he's just so important to having the squad to put chances away like that. And he got his chance there and he's buried it. And that is such an important goal. Unbelievable ball by Conor Langan to get it in behind. And, you know, that's what we were working on in training, just getting it in behind the defenders and, you know, big frame like obviously Fernando Garcia and Salvadego up front, just getting their body in the way, you know, hard to defend and getting that shot away, and that's a great finish. That really is a good finish.
I think a lot of strikers in that position being in at that angle, they probably pull it back, they probably take a couple of touches. Not Garcia. He took that opportunity and he hit it so quickly. No chance for the defender to react, no chance for Martin Sanchez in goal to react. Perfect strike and clinical from Garcia. 1-0 Menace.
Yeah, he's hit that hard and low, which back in the old days of the Premier League, back in the UK, always hard and low. It could do anything, could take a deflection, you know. But that was a great finish and a great ball by Conor Langan. And, you know, we're dangerous, very dangerous up front with 2 big frames like Salvadego and Fernando Garcia. But that was a great take, you know, and it was coming, you know. Like I said, it's about being patient.
Good ball down the right side. Is Garcia on? He is, and this time he goes near post. Sanchez able to make that stop. Minneapolis City wanted a foul in the build-up, but they won't get it. So another corner kick for Menace. But again, Garcia, so quick.
Yeah, a bit of a 3v3 there. You know, I think Riley Kraft picked it up just behind the final third. It was a 3v3. Salvadego just peeling out there, and he's playing him on, and 9 times out of 10 of Salvadego, those go in. Especially, that was very similar to the Open Cup goal. That, you know, he went near post, gave the keeper the eyes.
Another cross comes in from Kraft, near post, and Cupid was crashing in, but he couldn't get there.
Another dangerous ball in. You can see a little bit Minneapolis City are getting a bit tired, working very, very hard defensively. I think they could do with half-time coming up, Minneapolis City, but it's important for them to stay strong defensively and to communicate to each other and keep themselves in this game.
Yeah, the difference between 1 and 2-0 at halftime, that's a pretty big one. These last, this minute of regular time and whatever we get as stoppage time, that'll be crucial, as now they do give the ball away and a chance to go the other direction. A foul, but they'll play advantage. Garcia right side. Can he find the pass? Yes, he can. And onside for the second goal of the match. Menace up 2-0. How about that?
Yes, there you go, Salvadego. It was all about being patient, always about the build-up, and I think it was the pressing, we're forcing these teams out wide. We press with Fernando Garcia. He's won the ball back and he's played it across to Alessandro Salvadego, and he's not missing from there. Top striker. He scored 2 in the Open Cup against Minneapolis City, and that was just a well-worked goal again. And it was about being patient. We've got 2 before half-time now, and that's just so important.
Enormous change of momentum here. This ball from Garcia, just inch perfect, and excellent work from Salvadego that time to stay on side. It's so easy to lose track, especially when the goalkeepers come forward. You've got to find that last defender, make sure you're behind him. He does so, and he has a goal for his reward. How about 3 goals in 2 matches this year?
Yeah, I know. I honestly thought the linesman was going to put his flag up there, and I thought he might have been a yard offside, but I think their last defender just stepped up a little too late, and then Salvadego was able to go inside and then put that in the back of the net. But that's these 2 goals are so important for Des Moines Menace now, and it's important we just manage ourselves and not force it again. Let's not force these balls through. Let's just, pick and choose our times, when to go, when to not go, when to play it, when to not play it, and just stay organised defensively. And that's the fullbacks getting in every single time, because, Minneapolis City are going to come out second half and they're going to try and hit it over the top with their pacey strikers.
As you saw on the board a moment ago, and you see it again now, 3 minutes of added time to the first half. We've played more or less one of those already, and now City could really use a goal. They've got one on the counter, and they can't create anything from that. So Joey Petruni more than happy to pick that one up.
Yeah, that's just an example of what I just said. It's important, especially in that midfield as well, to stay organised and just to stay defensively. Always one midfielder or 2 midfielders even just sitting in front of the back line and just securing it there.
Menace can be patient if they'd like to with the 2-goal cushion, but at the same time, I doubt they'll do that. Not really in this club's DNA. See if they push on for a third. They've still got a minute and a half if they'd like to, but they will cycle it back to Petruni now.
And the fans, you can hear them right now. The excitement, and to get them 2 goals is so important. The game's not over yet, so it's just we've got 90-minute players, 90-minute fitness players, and we've got players on the bench as well who've done a excellent job in training this week just to stay sharp, stay fit, and a couple of new lads as well. And let's just hope we just hang on to this lead and maybe get a few more.
Yeah, gotta be smart from here, but at the same time, it's the best defense is attack, kind of a Roman Empire type of strategy that you tend to see from Menace, and really from any team that Dean Johnson is managing. Sent down the right side. City, that's a poor touch, and out at about midfield on the far touch line.
Yeah, the gaffer's going to be happy with this. 2 goals before half-time, especially after a result like last week. It's important to get on the score line, especially before half-time. They say the most important goals just before the half-time break, and we caught Minneapolis snoozing a little bit, caught them switched off, and we were able to capitalise. And in this division against teams like Minneapolis City and like Des Moines Menace, you're going to get punished.
Absolutely right. Final seconds of half number 1 trickling away. Morgan will throw it in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your halftime whistle. What a finish to the first 45 minutes and change. 2-0 for Des Moines Menace, a recent development. A couple of goals laid on from Fernando Garcia, and then he played provider to Alessandro Salvadego. Both your strikers have goals, so we'll take a quick break for halftime, but we'll be right back. Halftime show is next with Eddie Speed and myself, Danny Catula, right here on CISN.
No one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. We got the right stuff. If you want it, you gotta prove it.
Hi, it's Amanda with Holt's Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra product, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase.
Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
At DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbox to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Back with you between halves in West Des Moines, Iowa, Valley Stadium, home of the Valley Tigers. And as you can hear in the background, all-star games for boys and girls soccer in Iowa happened earlier today right here at Valley. They're getting honored at halftime, but really a lot of honor deserves to go to those players in red and black, especially those last 5 minutes, Eddie. Defender for the Menace yourself, and you liked what you saw. Had to contain the excitement at times.
Yeah,
late on.
It was just so important to just get them 2 goals before half-time. I think a goal in this division by either team before half-time is going to be important. And, we stuck to the game plan. We started getting it out wide and, exploiting the wider areas. Minneapolis City did a very good job, defensively, frustrating us a little bit. But it was important just to stay composed and let the chances come through. And they did in the end, some great play, great ball from Connor Langen just to, get it in behind the defence. And, who else better than Fernando Garcia to get on it and score, and it was important for a player like Fernando and Salvadego just to not get frustrated with the chances if they do or don't get. And they've capitalised there, and we've got 2-0 up at half-time.
Yeah, it means so much for the confidence of a striker. How about that first one from Garcia? It doesn't get any more inch perfect than right off the post, and to slot it home on the first touch like that, that's quite the technique. Obviously, the second one comes from Salvadego off the pass from Garcia. He's got to be a candidate for man of the match at this point. That's a tap in for Salvadego, but you got to be there to score it. Yeah, no, absolutely, and you can see when Salvadego and especially Fernando Garcia when he scored that goal, how ecstatic he was. He went up to the camera and he was absolutely delighted. I think the game hasn't gone too much our way, going forward like that, but to just be switched on in and around the defence and to put a goal away like that, it just means so much to us, means so much to the Menace, and obviously Salvadego, poacher's goal, top striker, and for him to be in a position like that is just so important, and he was there and put it in the back of the net, a great ball again from Fernando, just to see that at the back post, and the Minneapolis City were caught, just slacking a little bit at the back. But another great ball from Connor Langen as well. Can't take anything away from him. He saw the space in behind, and we exploited that, and we ended up scoring. Lots of good things from lots of different Menace players. When we come back, more halftime thoughts right here on CISN.
A new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Halftime between Minneapolis City SC and your Des Moines Menace. 2-0 at halftime. That was not the story for the first 40 minutes of the first half, but it's those goals that count no matter when you get them, and I think it's especially a momentum boost, Eddie, to get them when they did. How much does it change the mentality, the game plan, and that halftime team talk when you go up 2-0 as compared to it was looking like 0-0 going into halftime for a while?
Yeah, you know, it's I can't express how important them 2 goals were before halftime, but I think that it's just staying very defensive-minded, you know, staying very, you know, patient and just be organised at the back. You know, the game is not over yet. There's another 45 minutes left, and Minneapolis City, do not count them out, because when they capitalise or if they do score, you know, they're going to get a lot of momentum, and, you know, it's going to put a lot of strain in our back line. And like I said, we can't go into this half like we've won the game. You know, very delighted to get them 2 goals, but, you know, it's important just to stay, you know, strong-minded. You know, we've got another 45 minutes left. The subs better be ready as well. You know, we've got a lot of quality on the bench and in the squad in general. And, you know, I think the boys, you know, if we stay strong mentality-wise and, you know, if we stick to our roles and our jobs, you know, I think we'll see this game out. But like I said, you know, the game's not won yet. It's important to communicate. It's important just to stay strong defensively and then, you know, hopefully see this game out.
Well, I mean, looking at the substitutes bench, one of them is a goalkeeper, Grant McKella, behind Joey Betruni. Timothy Mason already came off. Luka Nedich replaced him. So with those 2 guys out, you've got 5 players that you could potentially bring in. What one guy, if you were to choose, is a guy that you're looking out for to come in the second half and provide something?
I think all of them could do a very, very good job. I think Malik, he's a top player. You know, he's been very solid defensively throughout the season, but he's played a lot of games in a row, and it's important that we, you know, have him for other games as well. And I think 2-0 up, I hope we don't have to use Mal, but he's also a top player. You know, defensively, you know, I'd probably bring Jaden Ramsey-Kelly on. He's been very, very good in training. He's been very solid, and you know, he's worked very hard, and I think he can add a bit of composure and a bit of pace at the back as well. If we are ever caught out, a bit of pace at the back just to cover the back line. But to add more goals, Felipe, you know, he can bring on a lot of quality. Brandon can, you know, he can strike a ball. And then we've got Cisco's come in this week, you know, could provide a lot of energy coming inside, you know, taking players on, giving 1-2s around the corner. But, yeah, like I said, you know, the bench we've got a lot of depth in this squad, and not just the bench, you know, and it starts with the training ground, you know, and everyone is important to this squad, and everyone on the subs.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes beyond a starting 11 when you look at a team that's capable of winning USL 2. It's a difficult league. A lot of it comes down to chance in some moments, and of course so much of it comes down to the quality that you're able to put together. So I think you look at that 18, and those are 7 guys off the bench, or 6 now that are remaining for Menace, that have to expect that they're a part of this team collectively too, and they could really be a big part in keeping this 2-0 lead.
Yeah, no, absolutely, like you said, and you know, it's a long season, and it's just so important. You know, everyone on the bench, you know, just you know, stays sharp and just stays warm. Obviously, you saw what happened in the first half with Zenge, and Timo. You saw what happened, and it's important. Every part of the pitch, every part of the game, the subs got to be ready, and so is the squad in general. And it's bringing it in every day in training. Just putting on a performance and just staying sharp, staying fit, staying healthy, and every player is essential to this squad. And we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves thinking about the championship. We want to take it game by game. Still a lot to work on, and still a lot to keep up. Consistency is everything, and we've got to stay consistent.
Well, we'll see if the Menace can do it in this second half. One more quick break, and Menace Soccer is your reward in the second half for sticking around right here on CISN.
At DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
The Royal Mile, where everyone's a wee bit British. The Royal Mile is downtown Des Moines' living room with classic pub favourites. Pair them with a glass of whiskey or an expertly poured Guinness. It's bloody brilliant. The Royal Mile, a proper British pub.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit BBB.org.
Not too many places hit all the right notes. But when it comes to great atmosphere and delicious scratch-made food, Truman's is the name to know. Game days are for Chiefs fans, but every day is for the food fans. Truman's, get to know us by name.
The Chicken in Orilla is a classic roadhouse joint serving chicken any way you want. All hand-cut, hand-breaded, and 100% satisfying. Chicken, just like your mama used to make. Bring the whole fam for all their favorites, and chicken so good you'll know why we could only call ourselves the Chicken. In the middle of nowhere, but just minutes from everywhere.
Moments away from half number 2, and a 2-0 lead is what Des Moines Menace will bring into that second 45. The weather has mostly stayed away from us. We were worried we might have some inclement weather in the area. That's not been anything to worry about. But let's look at something to keep our eye on in this second half of the season. Des Moines obviously topping the table. This is going into tonight's match. If this result holds, Menace moved to 5 wins, 1 draw, 16 points on the year. That'll increase the gap with Peoria to 7. St. Croix in 3rd, Thunder Bay alongside them with 5 points. Minneapolis and Manitoba propping up the league with 2 points each. That's what it looks like, and obviously for Minneapolis, you want to get something out of this match. If you're going to make a push for that top 2, and keep in mind the top 2 spots do advance out of the Deep North Division to the Central Conference playoffs, and once you get out of there, you'll have a representative of each of the 4 conferences in USL League 2 for the Final 4, if you will. And that's what obviously everyone's playing for at this level. You want to make it to postseason soccer. You want to keep playing. You want to prove to your coaches that it's been worth having you there over the summer if you're playing in college, and obviously any competitor wants to be at the top of their level. But second half just about to get going, and for Menace, looking to do what they were able to do at the end of the first half, looking to keep the momentum rolling. In front of the lineup, Riley Kraft standing there with Alessandro Salvadego, second goal scorer from Italy. And those two will be tasked with kicking the second half off. Eddie Speed with myself, Danny Catula, for second half commentary. Thanks for being with us on CISN. And the second half underway between the Menace and Minneapolis City. Of course, in the first half, it was 18 seconds before City got a shot away and had a really good chance. That was kind of how that first half went. A lot of frantic defense from both sides, but Menace were able to be a little bit more composed as the half wore on.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes of this half, I think we might be chasing the game a little bit. Minneapolis City are going to come out very solid, very sharp, and it's important to stay composed and stay tight at the back, and make sure we have a good first touch. And like I said, we might be chasing the game a little bit here in the first 10 minutes if we're not sharp and if we're not switched on, defensively.
Here comes a ball in from Aiden O'Driscoll. Center midfielder plays it to the top of the box. Maybe a chance for Masanvi. He goes down. Wants a foul, won't get one. And a zinger from O'Driscoll. In his 4th season for Minneapolis City, isn't able to keep that one down. Would have been his 4th career goal with the club.
Yeah, I mean, Minneapolis City, like I said, they're gonna come out sharp. They're gonna come out with the same energy they did in the first half, and we just got a taster of it a little bit there. And like I said, it's important we don't get complacent at the back. We don't get complacent in midfield, and win our individual battles.
47th minute early on in the second 45. And down the right side, be an opportunity for Lionel Vang, who's come off the bench. Attacking midfielder by trade. Looks like he's out to the wide side more or less at the moment. He's on the ball now. He'll throw it in.
Yeah, a lot of experience. Lionel Vang has just come on. I think he played in the Open Cup. I think I remember playing against him he was on the right side of the midfield.
He absolutely did. Your memory serves you well. He had a top 10 play on SportsCenter himself back in that Open Cup game, an absolute golazo. 6 career goals in 3 seasons for Minneapolis City. Hailing from Roseville High School, Little Canada, Minnesota native. Plays his high school, or college soccer, I should say, with the Augsburg Aggies.
Yeah, in this division, you're going to get players with a background like that. These are not slouches, these players. This is not just a Sunday League team. These players have had experience. Every single player, every single team have got a experience behind them. They're going to use that experience in order to win games and to see games out.
Well, that's something I spoke with one of the people in the front office at Minneapolis City about leading up to this when John Biswarm was a huge provider of information for this match, so a shout-out to him. But, something he spoke on, as we'll get back to that, a nice header forward, a chance just outside the box. Can they create an opening from here? Excellent defending to finish the thought. I was talking to John, and he mentioned that, coming from NPSL, there were a lot of college coaches who, for whatever reason, didn't want their players, especially if they were high-level colleges playing in an NPSL team. The opportunities for Minneapolis City to recruit guys has really, absolutely been exponentially grown now that they have a USL 2 side, and it just goes to show what a name brand this league is for college coaches around the country.
Yeah, a lot of players that do play in this, they're not in it to stay fit for college or to go back to college in the fall. The best teams are here to win it. They're playing the USL League 2 to win it, and that's what coaches look for, really. They look for the project in mind. They look for what games they're focusing on, if they're focusing in the colleges, in the fall, But I think with these 2 teams and every team in our division, and obviously in the East of Cosmopolitan Division, I think it is as well. They're looking to win it. You're not going to go far if you just playing USL League 2 to stay fit for college.
Yeah, that Northeast is a rich area for soccer and a really strong conference in USL League 2 this year. Long Island Rough Riders up there. Manhattan done a good job as a pretty new entrant to the league. A lot of quality up there, of course.
Yeah, Long Island Rough Riders on fire right now. I was with them the 2019 season and 2021 season. A lot of quality in that team, and they're there to win it. They're there not to stay fit for college. They're there to win it as well. And I don't think they've lost a game yet, Long Island Rough Riders. And I was very lucky to be part of that. But obviously blessed to be here now and to be part of a great team.
Oh, well, fantastic to have you here. Obviously a huge contribution to this club and what they've been able to do. And Luka Nedic's contribution this season has more or less been the professional fouls he's picked up. We talked about it in the first half. And who's the first man to get carded today? It is the Bosnian, Luka Nedic, wearing the number 12, coming off the bench from Omaha South High School, originally from Lincoln. He'll pick up the first booking of today's match. That right there was a foul that Fernando Garcia was looking for in here. Yeah, that's a challenge that he leaves a little bit late on Luca Contestabile, and Contestabile is the worse for wear from that one, and he's going to receive some treatment. But it does seem like a fair booking that time.
Yeah, I think obviously Salvadego is obviously frustrated not to get that foul. I think what's his name? He's on the floor now. Was it
Contestabile, yeah.
Contestabile, I think he, got his body in the way, won the ball, just had a trip into midfield, and, Luka Nedic, all eyes on the ball, but he came in a little bit studs up there, and it's frustrating for us that he's been booked because, we need him for the season. He's a very, very important player, especially with Timo Mason out right now, and, that's just what Luka Nedic does. He draws fouls like that, and he brings fouls like that just to stop the momentum of each team, and that might have stopped a chance for Minneapolis City.
Well, warming up at the moment, I'm assuming to come on soon, and they'll go ahead and make that replacement now. It's an injury substitution, so they can make that change a little bit quicker than any other substitution. So Joey Tawa, he'll come in. He's got experience with Columbus Crew's MLS Next side in the 3rd division of the U.S. Soccer Pyramid. He's from St. Paul, Minnesota, member of the Dayton Flyers. And so Tawa in defensive midfield will replace Luka Contestabile. And it'll be interesting to see how that changes that midfield 3. That's where Menace really started to take control of the game, as a free kick will come of Contestabile's foul reception. Nothing comes of that in attack, and now the other way. A big interception that time, a sliding challenge. It could have been 4-on-2 for Menace. A lot of players streaking forward. Yeah,
I think that the introduction of Joey Tawa, like I was saying before, everyone in this division has experience. They're not they're not straight from high school. Like you said, Joey Tawa has just come from MLS Next side. Played with Columbus, and that's just the experience a lot of these players have in this USL League 2, and that's what they bring to this division.
Yeah, you think about a guy like Riley Kraft for Menace, who's got experience in all types of different clubs and leagues, played with Orlando City's B-side. And how about this to the back post? Offside, says the assistant referee. See if we get another look at that one. I'm not sure that was off.
Yeah, that was another close one there as well. That was a great ball from Neville Morgan, by the way. He's whipped that in, and it's would love to attack that myself, to be honest. But, the referee's just caught it a little bit offside, or was that a handball from Goldthorpe? I don't know, but that is a peach of a ball, just dropped right on Garcia's head, and you just needed someone like Salvadega just running into there. But, it's important that we stay on our toes, stay on our feet in chances like that.
Well, so many pink shirts moving forward, but none of them able to latch onto the ball. But Truni will send this one long across midfield and headed back across the black line. Menace will win possession on that right side with Langen.
It's another ball from Connor. Langen over the top there, just putting their defenders and their keeper under pressure, making a decision and forcing them out for a throw-in like that. And Minneapolis are looking to do the same with us, just the chance they had before. But, we were lucky enough just to stay composed and just to secure the ball and make something out of it.
And interesting when you start to think about long balls have been the strategy from both sides, and it's two very different back lines, a 5-back or a 3-back. At times, how about this? That was a laser from the edge of the box, and it's not far away at all from being goal number 3.
Yeah, Elliot Goldthorpe just got the ball in their final third, plenty of shots in around the area and on target as well, and that's what he's got in his locker, Elliot Goldthorpe. He's got left foot, he's got right foot, he's got good strikes, and you cannot allow him to have room like this. And if I were Minneapolis City, I'd be fouling him there. I'd be bringing him down. That's what I do in training. It's important, to keep getting shots away like that.
Cross comes in from Kraft, far side, played back into the middle, and can they get it down in this area? Left flank.
Important for Corey Cupid to keep that alive then, which he did.
Into the box, still in the area, shot! And it's nearly found, that bottom right corner. That's exactly what you want to do from that distance.
Exactly, and you think the chance have gone from that corner, but Corey Cupid kept it alive. Salvadega brought it down, another cross in, and a loose ball again. A loose ball, great control from Corey Cupid, and at left foot, hard and low, and on target as well. And anything could happen. It could be a deflection, and it could go in.
That's still really promising signs for Menace. They've come out in the second half with the 2-goal advantage. But it feels like they're chasing something. It feels like they haven't really sat back, and you love to see that from the team. Now a 2-on-2 opportunity if they use it quickly. Players coming behind. Fernando Garcia lays it off.
Finish.
And it's 3-0. Who else would it be but the man in midfield? Elliot Goldthorpe is his name. The Leeds native has his third of the season, and Des Moines' third of the match.
there's another example of just the strength up top from Fernando Garcia. Just a little bit too much for the central defender then for Minneapolis City, and that was an excellent finish from Elliot Goldfront, and he was creeping in around them areas, and everyone get Elliot Goldfront masks out. He's got a face mask. I think that was just an excellent finish. Great movement down the line from Fernando Garcia, and he's made a great decision pulling it back there, and you see how hungry we all are getting into the box and wanting to score that, and we had Riley Kraft running in, and that's just a great finish across the keeper and in the back of the net.
So interesting, because Garcia's first goal was in a similar position. It was at a similar angle and from a similar distance. I think he kind of had those backline players expecting him to shoot again, and then when he's able to pull that one out, he's got that in his locker too, to play that back pass. It's so simple, but it's really well worked from him. A good idea, a good decision in the moment, and Goldthorpe, of course, he's going to thump that one home every time. Not an easy finish, but certainly makes it look easy.
Yeah, exactly. And both players have that very direct confidence just to go to goal and to pick out the right pass and make the right decision. And Fernando Garcia then, very good decision, just playing it to Elliot Goldfront, and that's 2 assists for Fernando Garcia and a goal for Elliot. And that's just the hunger and the desire of wanting to get in and score goals. And not forgetting as well, Riley Kraft in that passage of play also running into the box. Salvadego in the back post. With the 2 midfielders going into the box, right? Luka Nedic sitting, organised defensively, and that's, like I said, vitally important to do. And that all comes with the coaches, that all comes with, Dean Johnson, Adam Kay, Roscoe, and Omar as well, the keeper coach. And they've done such a good job, they've been very, very direct of what they want. And they've been excellent, and a lot of this, these chances and these opportunities goes down to the hard work that they put in training and the decisions they make. Because it's not easy being a coach and having a squad as good as ours and stuff.
Well, how about this ball to prove exactly how good this squad is? Not a bad idea, but it doesn't quite beat the defender to find Fernando Garcia. In midfield, Tawa, the substitute.
Yeah, important. Minneapolis now just try and keep the ball as best as possible, play with confidence. They haven't really got too much to lose now. They're 3-0 down. It's 60 minutes almost. It's important for them just to keep their foot on the gas, keep their foot on the pedal, and just they need to try and get a result out of this game if they can.
Musanvi put one towards Betruni, but the number 1 for the Menace was able to collect that one simply. Right side of attack for Minneapolis. They'll keep it in. And that'll be the ball filtered out to the opposite side. Joey Tawa switching the play.
There's that experience there of Johnny Tawa just getting that ball into midfield. And you see Minneapolis City right now just, getting on that ball, just playing it, just being patient. And, like I said, it's so important for them to find the gaps like that, which the Menace have just cut out.
Goldman had a chance on the pass from O'Driscoll, but nice defending in the end for Menace to collapse, win the ball back. Connor Langen's on the ball, and he loves this long clearance that can so often turn defense into attack. It'll go out that time for a harmless City throw.
Yeah, and it's important for us to manage our squad. With the subs warming up, you got Brandon Birmingham warming up. Yeah, that's how you say it. Brandon Birmingham warming up. He could definitely put the ball in the back of the net, and that'd be a great opportunity for him if he'd come on along with Felipe Di Augustini. I think to go out the defenders and to show off his technical abilities and get on the score sheet himself.
Yeah, a couple of guys with a lot of scoring prowess. It's always great when you can bring those types of guys off of the bench. And again, this is all without Ryan Kingsford today. So much depth at that striker position that the Menace are able to boast. And Birmingham, you mentioned, dual citizen of Ireland and Northern Ireland. He's represented the Northern Irish U17 squad with his dual citizenship, and originally from Drogheda, Ireland.
Yeah, and it's just the experience and the background of these players and what this division brings.
Chance for City, nutmeg, but nothing more than that, as Menace are able to clear. Oh, and Garcia was looking to get on the end of that clearance. Couldn't quite, but let's see if Menace are able to win it back with some pressing. They're not quite able to in the run of play, but Minneapolis clear it away. Neville Morgan will throw.
I think for Minneapolis there, just pull the trigger. You're in and around the box of the Moines area, and it's just got to pull the trigger there. Just try and hit it hard and low, try and hit the target. Just get a bit of positivity in towards their performance and trying to get back into this game for Minneapolis City.
Nedic will filter it out left. Alfeo Bertini, Brazilian from Oklahoma Wesleyan. This one sent forward by Nedic and rejected. Sewell. Bertini again from Sao Paulo. This one played forward by Sewell, and the back heel from Garcia doesn't come off. Winning the ball back illegally, says the referee. And not pleased about it.
Yeah, you can see a little bit now, just 3-0 up, and it's just important just to make sure your first touch is good, just to make sure you're doing the simple things right now, and I think with 3-0 up, and I think we're going to get a bit complacent, which every team does, but like I said, if Minneapolis keeps getting on the ball, we can't afford to get complacent like that,
Over an hour gone. Complacency is not what you want to see. On the back line, Martin Sanchez plays it into a bit of a congested area, but able to get it away is Tawa, who's kind of filtered farther back a bit. He'll play this one down the left side, and a good intervention that time from Langen. He's been great on that back line, and just offside that time was Alessandro Salvadego.
Yeah, you can just see them, Minneapolis City, just trying to break the lines of it in the defence, and I think that Conor Langen did a great job, just get a toe out to it, and obviously you had Zeron just covering, but that press again, Minneapolis City just pressing with numbers and forced us into a mistake, and they could be in.
Well, looking to beat Zeron Sewell this time is going forward Goldman, but nicely defended in the end. Still a danger. Some physical play, and it will be whistled for a foul that time in midfield. So about 30 yards from goal, giving away a foul is Elliot Goldthorpe.
I think it was Connor that gave the foul there, but I think he was... Oh,
well.
They took it quick, but the ref wasn't ready.
The ref was not prepared, and unfortunate for Minneapolis, because that's a clever play.
That is a very clever play, and like I said, if Minneapolis were going to get back to this game, they're the type of plays that are going to break us down and give them confidence. And, I think before that I was saying just, Connor did almost very well to get out of that situation, but unfortunately he was able to draw a foul. But the pressing again from Minneapolis City, like I said, they're not going to make it easy for us. They really aren't, and they're not right now with the pressing and with them securing the ball and trying to get in behind.
A lot of players forward for this free kick. Lionel Vang will most likely use his right foot to take it. He can shoot it from here. One of the more high-octane players. Got a good foot. Good dribbler as well. Hard to take off the ball. Entertaining guy to watch. Vang sends it in to the back post. And that will count. It's onside. And it makes it 3-1. Minneapolis City have pulled one back off a beautiful service in from Lionel Vang. All of a sudden, we could have game on.
And there it is, just being switched off defensively, getting complacent, and it's frustrating not getting a clean sheet. And Minneapolis deserved that, the way they switched on at the back post, and it was a great ball. To get the head on it, they're the goals they need to get back into this game.
And it's going to be Loic Masanvi, a product of the Minneapolis City Futures program. Spent a couple of years dominating at that level. If you're not familiar with Minneapolis City's system, that's their youth system. He came through that academy, if you will, and now he's with the first team, doing what he always does. He's got his third goal of the year. That leads the team in scoring for Minneapolis. Now Menace trying to grab a fourth and restore that 3-goal lead, get a bit more security. Won't happen that time. Good deflection, and out for a goal kick.
Yeah, I don't know whether that deflected there, but, that's just so important. If there's complacency up top, there's complacency at the back as well. It's going to be all over the pitch, and, we have to be organised there. And, Minneapolis City have got that back, and in this division, you can't afford to just switch off in moments like that,
Yeah, just a little bit of switching off, and credit to City that time. It's a great ball in from Vang. You mentioned he can put that ball in at a moment's notice, and that's got Joey Betruni reeling a little bit, just making sure that doesn't dip inside and find the back of the net. That's just kind of your worst nightmare as the man between the sticks, is that kind of a missed cross will catch you out, and all of a sudden it could have been 3-2. I mean, looking at a very different game right now. 66th minute as this one, it didn't look like an intended shot, but Petruni had to retreat just to make sure.
No, but even with Minneapolis getting into that danger zone, they're gonna create chances, and they're gonna be in and around the area to try and put it in the back of the net. They want to get a result out of this game, and they need to.
Joey Tawa goes down, and the referee shows some sympathy. It'll be a free kick to be taken by Jonah Garcia. He's played almost 2,500 minutes for City over the course of his 3 years with the team. He's originally from Eagan, Minnesota, played with Wisconsin Superior, the Yellow Jackets, also represented Minneapolis City in the lower league E-Cup, a FIFA tournament that Minneapolis City participated in. Got him all the way to the national semifinals in that tournament.
Yeah, very impressive. Them minutes for your club, and it's so important to get game time like this. And 2,500 minutes for Minneapolis City just shows the loyalty and the enjoyment he has playing for them. And to get 2,500 minutes is great for anyone.
Yeah, it's a great club. Oh, you almost wish that they could have played advantage that time as player goes down to midfield. I believe it's Goldthorpe who was fouled, and just looking to get forward. Had a little bit of space if the play would have been continued, but in any case, a free kick. Chance for Menace to hold on to possession. Yeah,
another foul on Elliot Goldthorpe, just working his magic, the ball in between his feet, and Minneapolis drawing a foul. And, that if I were Minneapolis, I'd take a foul there and just get organised defensively so that they can go in the break.
I think really important, you don't give up a fourth if you're Minneapolis. If you keep it at 3, you've got an outside chance. You never know. They've got the attacking prowess. Of course, they scored 3 in a 3-3 draw last time.
It was a good step there from Alf. It's important. If, we're getting complacent, we have to be solid defensively.
How about a touch forward from Goldthorpe? He'll play it forward in an excellent defensive intervention, but still on the attacking opportunity for Menace. Sprayed out to the wing, and this will take a touch on its way in, but it'll still find Goldthorpe. Plays it to the left now. They'll try from this angle. Neville Morgan, step over, gets to the corner, plays it along the goal line, top of the box, no one there. On the other side, Cupid, a sprawling save, keeps it from being 4. Corey Cupid with an electric shot from a tough angle.
Yeah, great shot there. Neville Morgan did excellent down this left wing, demonstrating his pace again, going out the defender and whipping a ball in like that. And loose balls, Salvadego almost got his head to that, but Corey Cupid there, alert again at the back post, and you just think it's going to come for Corey Cupid, and because he's alert, he's in them positions, and you think he's going to get one.
He's already got 2 goals and an assist on the year, and a clean sheet as well, back when he was playing in a center back role. There's a nice little flicked ball, and an important clearance that time. Does not take a touch, or does it? I think they've said it's gone out for a goal kick, so maybe it did.
He's give a goal kick. Maybe it came off.
I think it came off Morgan.
Maybe it came off Nev just at the end then.
A little bit unfortunate, but still a little over 20 minutes to play in this one. 3-1 lead for Des Moines Menace. Most recent goal coming from Minneapolis City on a header from Loic Massanvi, the youth product who's come all the way up the ranks for Minneapolis. On a fantastic ball in from Lionel Vang on a set piece. Cross midfield on the goal kick from Sanchez. Garcia get his head to this. Yes, he can. Goldthorpe will play it wide. Not a bad idea, but not enough width on that one.
Yeah, Des Moines getting onto the second balls there. Riley Kraft, I think it's important for both teams to get onto that second ball, but right now it was then Des Moines Menace, and it's important to get the ball into control, just relax on the ball. I know we want to score just to kind of secure the game, but I think it's important just to stay composed and just to secure a touch like that.
In midfield, Nedic on the ball. He'll play it to Goldthorpe now, and this one across midfield. Good job to find Salvadego. Can he play it down the right side? Just a touch off is Corey Cupid. Couldn't hold his run quite long enough, and I think he'll say he wanted that ball to come in just a hair earlier.
I don't know. Corey's got pace. He looked level then to me. I think Salvadego just held the ball long enough, and we'll see the replay right here.
Yeah, Salvadego does a good job to get the touch, and there.
I just think
awfully close.
I just think the centre back has just played him on then, but I could be wrong. I haven't got quite the VAR technology for this stadium right now, but just got to keep getting in behind. If we could get that 4th goal, we can really have this game done and dusted.
Maybe we'll get VAR implemented in USL Championship when Menace move up in 2024. An expansion bid being awarded to General Manager Kyle Kraus.
I kind of like not having VAR, to be honest. Kind of reminds me of the old days of how good footy was. Not having VAR, just bit of less conspiracy and all that stuff. Bit of less moaning, fighting. VAR was wrong this, VAR was wrong that. I just leave it up for the referees.
And just, all the time that it takes, right, to get to a decision. And sometimes it still doesn't feel like the decision that should have been reached. It's certainly not perfect.
Yeah, and it just takes time out of the game, where the ref's communicating to the VAR officials, and then he's going to have a look himself, and then it's just frustrating.
Well, we got a few substitutions to introduce to you. Narciso Cervantes will come in to midfield. Felipe de Agostini will join the attacking forces. And it looks like we'll also see Brandon Birmingham. So the introduction of both new players for Menace making their debuts. We'll let you know who's coming off in a moment. I believe it'll be
Elliott,
Salvadego, and probably Garcia as well if we've got Birmingham and D'Agostini.
Yeah.
And I believe Elliot Goldthorpe is given way for Narciso Cervantes in central midfield.
Yeah, I think he might put Corey Cupid into midfield just to sit alongside Nedic, but also go attacking as well. He's brought Brandon Birmingham on and Felipe De Agostini. I think the coaches want the last goal and they want to secure this game. And I think bringing on Ciso on the right wing back, I think that he'll secure the ball. He'll be composed out there. And I think Corey Cupid, has gone into midfield if I'm not wrong. He's played there before. Second round of the Open Cup against Omaha. I was watching it on my sofa as I didn't get the call up back. I was watching it on my sofa and he had a good game in there. So wouldn't surprise me if Corey Cupid went into the midfield. Obviously, didn't travel to Canada, so he's nice and fresh.
Yeah, it's true. That's something you got to keep in mind. A few of these players coming on, and obviously Cupid and Morgan on the outside wings are all players who were not participants in Canada, and that helps as far as fitness is concerned. Another ball into the box that creates a bit of havoc. Nothing comes of this one. Sent out to the right side, and that's a good ball. Bit creative from there to go overhead.
Yeah.
Not far away in the end.
Very positive again from Minneapolis City, playing with that confidence and being confident enough to get shots off like that, that's so important to them at this stage of the game.
Now some changes to bring you from Minneapolis City. Coming in, we can tell you, is Andrew Siksinski. Abdu Regrassa enters as well. Siksinski usually a defensive option. And we're also going to see Ben Hughes leave the pitch. I'm not sure exactly who's come off, but we do know Regrassa is in alongside Siksinski. So we'll let you know confirmation of that change when we know about it. But in the meantime, Menace trying to get forward now.
Yeah, fresh legs coming on at wing back. That was an important sub, I think, to bring on Ciso. Obviously, you can see there he's getting stuck in. He's nice and aggressive, and especially the two up top as well. I think Fernando and Asalva have put an absolute shift in, between them. They've got 2 goals, 2 assists. I think it's important, to bring on fresh legs like Felipe De Agostini, who's just his ability on the ball is just unbelievable, as we see down here.
Well, let's see if he can keep it in. Not quite, but you see just that explosive first touch that he's got. That first touch that he takes, you know exactly where he's headed. You know exactly what's on his mind. He wants to get to goal.
Yeah, I never like to say it, but he's met me a couple of times in training, and, he's got that Brazilian first touch, that Brazilian awareness, and he's been very good in training this week, and I think he could definitely offer something coming into this last 15 minutes.
That's a situation that you found yourself in, coming off the bench with, about 15, 20 minutes to play a couple of times on the season. What's it like, kind of introducing yourself to the team as a few other players have been in there, all 75 or however long it's been, kind of introducing yourself to that situation? Yeah, it's just important you get a good first touch when you come into the game, and your first decision is simple, good first touch, first simple pass, and then, once you get into the second half, you're staying
solid defensively. You're very good positionally. You know, when we secure the ball out wide, when we lose it, you know, you're tucked in towards the right centre back. You know, from my experience anyway, and you know, chances open up as the game goes on and as you put the work in.
That's absolutely the case. Right wing, not quite able to latch onto it as Morgan. But winning the ball back, and now some good link-up play. Would have been an opportunity if not for that diving challenge.
Luka Nedic could have pulled the trigger then, I think, when he got that back. You know, he needs to have the confidence just to pull that trigger, and, you know, he's got a good ping on him, good range of passing. I'm sure he'll have a good shot. I've never seen him shoot ever, but, you know, I think he should have pulled the trigger then, 100%.
Well, it seems like something that he's probably got in his tool bag, but haven't really seen it from him in matches. He has 1 shot on goal on the campaign, 1 assist as well. Back line cleared away by Minneapolis City. And Des Moines trying to press high, win it back. They will do so. And earning a free kick this time will be Menace. I think they're going to bring it all the way back to an original foul. They were looking for advantage and nothing played out. Assistant coach Adam Kay just wanting some explanation there.
He's always got something to say, Big K. You know, obviously not happy with the decision. I don't know what happened there on the side, and I'm surprised he's on his feet actually, because he did leg day yesterday or something. And he's been struggling, but you know, he's always there. He's always sticking up for all his players. Always looking after his players as well, and that's so important.
Top of the box, nearly 4, and it probably should have been.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Kraft will definitely be very frustrated with that. You know, opportunity has fallen right to his feet, and for anyone on the pitch to put that away, it's going to be Riley Kraft. In the warm-ups, he's always on fire, putting it bins, you know, every single time, and that was just screaming for a goal there for Riley Kraft, for the amount of work and the effort he puts into, you know, getting all these assists on the pitch, getting all these goals, and you know, he'll definitely be frustrated with that.
Nice little dummy from D'Agostini in the box to leave it off for him, and I think everybody in the complex was expecting him to put that one in the back of the net.
Yeah, you know, I think, like I said, he'd be frustrated with that, but he's been so consistent, Riley Kraft. You know, he's been very good throughout this season, and it's important that he just, you know, looks after himself, stays fit. He's always, you know, he does that as well. He stays hydrated, he keeps himself in the gym, and you know, every time like I come on, I always see Riley still on the pitch. He's always in the midfield. He's always getting involved, and that's just so important for us, and to use his experience for that long time.
Play down the middle of the pitch is unsuccessful for the Crows. Coming the other way, here's Menace.
Yeah, Minneapolis City just still need to work this last 10 minutes. They need to put everything in here now. Like, see the press in there. You know, you can tell they've worked on that in training. You know, the pressing them out wide and pressing us. And I think with the fresh legs like Felipe trying to get on the ball, Ciso, you know, just getting the ball down and playing. You know, it's going to be very difficult for him.
Left side, here's Morgan again. He's found a lot of joy on that left side. Can he get a ball in here? He can't. Cleared away for a corner kick that time.
Neville Morgan, someone else who hasn't, you know, he didn't travel to Canada, very fresh legs, you know, just, you know, giving that fullback at the hard afternoon. And he's done pretty well, the fullback, to be fair to him, you know, to keep up with both Corey Cupid and Neville Morgan, because it's not easy. And, you know, both of them just still trying to find that end product.
Well, a corner coming up for Riley Kraft. We'll have a pause for a moment as the referee is going to get things started. A moment ago in that corner shot with Kraft, you saw a couple of people who really make this operation possible. Sidney Tatum, one of the leaders in the front office of the organization, and got Angie in there as well, one of our full-time interns. It's a great crew for the Menace on and off the pitch. Back post, and it was a good opportunity from Kraft, but just over the head of Corey Cupid.
Yeah, the stuff that, you know, like you mentioned, the stuff that they do off the pitch, you know, we can't express how important that is. And, you know, that makes us tick, that makes us have the facilities we have, that makes us come training every day. The work that Sydney and Tatum that they do off the field is so important.
Yeah, you mentioned Tatum Tremaine as Menace give the ball away, a potential counter for Minneapolis City. Lyle Hunt and Charlie Bales deserve a shout out as well, co-GMs at Menace. Down this right side, it's a good ball forward, but not quite on the same page that time. A couple of attackers for Minneapolis City. I believe it was Goldman running down the right side, looking for a pass from Aiden O'Driscoll.
You could just see, them breakaways. I think that's the first one in the space of, I don't even know, 15, 20 minutes that Minneapolis have had, and it's important for them to just keep the ball and just to keep plucking away and trying to get that goal that might bring them back into the game.
High into the night air from Batruni, and Minneapolis are able to settle it. Headed down, so Sanchez can pick this one up. He'll elect not to. Tawa out left. Jack Barry. In midfield, Joey Tawa. Sanchez again.
Never seen Luka Nedic run so fast and so far in my life. He's just pressed the keeper there. Just shows how important, and how much the pressing is just to keep up in this game. A lot of these players will be very tired with lactic acid building up in their legs after the halfway through the season that they've had, when it's important to look after our bodies, and especially at this level, off the pitch stuff. But that was just great pressing from Luka Nedic.
On the ball in midfield. Looks like Regrassa, and he is fouled, so that'll be a free kick, and Tawa is the man who went down that time.
Brandon Birmingham getting involved, he's part of the press, that's, you don't understand how important that is, and it's just slowed the game down, I think, for Minneapolis. And as long as we are solid defensively at the back, just switched on to all the defensive loose balls and the balls over the top, it's going to be frustrating for Minneapolis to try and get another goal, which, there's another example of it.
Loic Masanvi trying to get on the opposite end of that ball from Tawa, and now down this left side. Potentially a chance for D'Agostini to get on the end of it, but not quite. It's played back to Sanchez. Tawa again, and that's Eric Bloom on the back line. Right side, Sikzinski plays it forward, and that is intercepted by the big man in central defense, Zeron Sewell.
Yeah, you can see they're a little bit depleted now, Minneapolis, but I could be wrong with the press here.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're
still pressing.
A little bit depleted now, and it's important just to keep the pressure up, just keep them legs ticking, keep trying to get on the ball, and give our back line a struggle. And first half they were definitely putting on the pressure, especially straight from the block out of the blocks, and I think we're very comfortable in the game now.
D'Agostini, left wing. Can he cross it in from here? He can. Nearly found the head of Brandon Birmingham, but they'll go out for, I believe, a goal kick instead. Or has it? Yeah, I think they've whistled for a corner.
Nice, a corner. Yeah, I think it's a good defensive header. I think anywhere in the danger zone of Minneapolis City, I think he's defended well there, because he could have easily got a nick on that, and a back post. I think it was Cifuentes coming in.
He could tell Birmingham wanted it. The look on his face, he knew he was going to get a half of a look at it.
Cervantes, sorry, Ciso. Pronouncing your name wrong, mate.
Narciso Cervantes from Los Angeles, California. 5'8" central midfielder from Loyola Marymount. Spent a couple years at Santa Monica. This cross from Kraft off the corner. Not far away, but played back in. And the header is in the back of the net. That's textbook. You put it off the ground, and it finds the top corner. That man there. A lot of love for him. Alfeo Bertini, the center back, has his goal.
Alfeo been absolutely solid this game. Very rarely put a foot wrong, and that's that experience. That's that age that he has. I think he's like my age. I think he's 25, and he just offers that experience. Just onto the loose balls. He's always on his toes. Very hungry centre back. They want a goal. Corey Cupid, is that Corey Cupid again? Keeping it alive at the back post. Just anything could happen, and he's done that the whole game. And honestly, Corey Cupid deserves that assist, and excellent from Alfeo to pull that in. And I think honestly, this game might be done and dusted. 4-1 the 84th minute.
Yeah, it's certainly a difficult task at this point, if not impossible. Corey Cupid's got his second assist of the year to go along with 2 goals and a clean sheet. We're going to see Malik Smith enter.
I've just seen Malik just come on there just to replace Connor Langan, who who's
What a
played.
shift.
Yeah, exactly. Who's played a lot, these past 2 weeks, and he's done excellent. And Jaden as well. Ramsey's come on the left wing. Like I said, he's been performing very, very well in training, and he definitely deserves a chance.
Yeah, Ramsey Kelly has done a good job. He's played in 3 matches, hasn't made any starts, but crucial piece of this team being able to come on and shore up the lines late on in matches. 6'1", a big frame from Brampton, Ontario. Played with Oakland, the Golden Grizzlies, for his college ball. Sent long and would have been offside, but doesn't find its target anyway. Taking his time is Joey Petruni.
Yeah, you can see Jaden Ramsey Kelly. He's a big frame. He's a big boy, only 19 years old as well. Very good with his feet. He's been very, very good in training. Very composed at the back. Never really forces anything. He always lifting his head up, and he could be a top player. What I tell Jaden a lot of, just talk a little bit more. He mainly plays centre back. He's part of the back three, but he could do a job at wing back as well.
Yeah, we'll see how he fares out there, replacing Neville Morgan on that left side.
Neville's put a big shift in as well tonight, by his standards.
He absolutely has. And Malik Smith, you mentioned, this is his 6th match of 6 with the appearance as a substitute. It's his first off the bench, but he keeps his streak going of appearing in every match for Menace this season.
Yeah, you can just see now that we're confident on the ball, and we're just, getting a good first touch and finding our next pass, and that's so important. Just to see this game out and just to do all the simple things right.
Yellow card in the meantime goes to a man who's been in there for all 87 minutes on the back line. That's Jack Barry from Naperville, Illinois. Center back picks up the first yellow card of the match for the boys in pink.
Yeah, I think the gaffer will be very happy with this result, especially the work that we put in after Canada, and the rotation of the squad, and I think all the plans have worked, and I think Kay, Dino and Roscoe will be happy with this result. Bit frustrating not to keep a clean sheet. Obviously, that's always very frustrating by team. Obviously for Joey, who's had a great game, after that first save in the first 5 minutes, to not get a clean sheet is going to be frustrating. But he's the one who's kept us in this game. He's the one that's made it easy for us, and that all starts with the work the keepers put into training and goalkeeper coach Omar. So that's also very important.
This one sent long, and Petruni able to claim that one. You do feel he deserves the clean sheet. Obviously, is unable to get it tonight. Not much fault of his own. It was a great header at the back post that he was more or less helpless to stop.
Yeah, you just see Joey, just anticipating that ball, knowing that the Minneapolis City are going to just put the ball up just to, have runners on, and for him to be on the edgy area just to read that, that's been important.
Kraft played in by a lifted ball, plays it out left, and Brandon Birmingham is offside. Just past the last defender running up the left wing. So Lionel Vang will come the other direction. Hassan V backwards for Tawa. Outside. Looks like Goldman. He'll play it back on a lifted ball. And Minneapolis City will reset. 89th minute now. Just over a minute remaining in regular time. Should see some stoppage as well, what with the goals being scored.
Good defending there from Big Z, just getting his body in the way. I think at this part of the game it's important to get your body in the way like that.
Well done from Sewell that time, and now Malik Smith making his stamp on the game as well. Another really big frame in that center back position. Now left side. It's played across, and we'll see Smith on the ball again.
Go on.
Right side now, an opportunity from the substitute. He'll play it back, but he'll pick it back up again, Ramsey Kelly. Midfield, Cervantes. He'll play it in. And now left side, Neville Morgan.
Yeah, Jaden just needs to just stay composed in positions like that. He's got that. He does it in training every day, and just important for him to find feet, and needs a good reaction now to win the ball back.
Ramsey Kelly to challenge this one. Isn't quite able to win it back, but his pressure helps Menace take possession again. Kraft will play it across. Cervantes. And that's Nedic, actually. He'll play it out wide. Cupid crosses it in. Birmingham's there, and his header
Great save.
is stopped by an incredible reaction save. Martin Sanchez gives up 4 goals, but he has been brilliant in goal tonight.
Yeah, that was an excellent save. You know, it's been a frustrating night for the keeper, and that's one for the mixtape season highlight reel. You know, that's a great header from Brandon Birmingham. That's a great save. Very unlucky for Brandon to not get a goal then, and for Cervantes to get an assist.
That would have been an assist and a goal on their respective debuts. This ball played short. Nedic, he'll have a go to play it in. And not a bad idea for a ball, but spit right back out by the Minneapolis City defense.
Yeah, I see what Nedic is trying to do there. You know, just swing it into that back post and just to hit it hard, maybe drive it a little bit, and anything could have happened, deflection or anything. You know.
2 more minutes in this one. 3/4 of the way through the first of those 2, and Menace look like they'll be content to hold on to possession, hold on to the 4-1 result as Betruni sends it long, perhaps one more time.
Yeah, I think this is just a vitally important win, you know, to get on that scoreboard and to, you know, bring it into training next week. And the game's got to come now, you know, and training's going to come. And, you know, it's important every day that we just work hard, you know, focus on the next game now and you know, just bring it into every day in training and just keep working hard, working together. But definitely hopes will be very, very high and spirits will be high going into training this week.
And that's what you want. You want that mentality, that atmosphere of positivity, the high spirits, the high confidence as well. That makes a huge difference in what you go out and do. And obviously going out on the road twice more, as this will be offside just by a hair, but a good decision from the assistant referee in front of us. But as the last 15 seconds or so tick away, looking at a 2-match week coming up. Got Peoria City in the midweek, if I'm not mistaken, and then continuing the travels to St. Croix SC.
Every game's going to be a tough game, and I think it's a very frustrating night for Minneapolis City. They came with a game plan, you know, just to say stay solid defensively, but it's hard to keep that up, you know, throughout a whole 90 minutes. And you know, they've pressed well, they've pressed hard, but they just come short up tonight.
Short indeed. Des Moines Menace, for their part, with a 4-1 victory, complete victory. Did it on both sides of the ball. Excellent defending. Good work in goal from Joey Betruni. But the attack is the difference. 4 more goals for Menace at home. They've got 10 from 2 home matches. They continue to light up the scoreboard at Valley Stadium. We'll take a break here on CISN and get post-game thoughts in just a moment right here on CISN.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
No one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. 'Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. We got the right stuff. If you want it, you gotta prove it. Like we do it, like we do it.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbox to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels. There's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
4-1 the final, as you see on your screen. A complete performance for Des Moines Menace. They're 2 from 2 at home and 5 wins, 1 draw on the season, 13-game unbeaten streak dating back to last year. This train keeps on rolling, and a heck of a performance from a whole lot of players. But Eddie Speed joining myself, Danny Catula, for post-game thoughts on today's live commentary on CISN. Eddie, thoughts on who a potential man of the match might be? A lot to choose from.
Yeah, obviously, I think I think you got to give Fernando Garcia. I think 2 goals and is it 2 goals and assist?
Yeah,
2
I
assists.
think 1 goal, 1 assist.
1 goal, 1 assist. That's it. Yeah, and I think tonight was definitely a team effort. It wasn't an individual taking it all, but I think we worked well together as a squad, as a team, and that at the end of the day got us the win. It's the work rate in midfield. It was the organisation at the back and the loose balls. I think we were onto every single second ball then. I think especially in the second half, which obviously was going to be frustrating for Minneapolis City, but I think you got to give Fernando Garcia. He definitely deserves man of the match tonight with his goals and his assists.
Well, he may not have had a Sports Center top 10 moment, but I think it's his most complete performance this season. Does a really good job getting forward, creating havoc. Obviously gets that goal out of almost nothing, a tough angle, and then plays provider for his teammate Alessandro Salvadego for goal number 2. That was the difference in the first half, and from there on, it was just keeping that result. Obviously, a lot to take away positively from a 4-1 win. But what do you think Coach Johnson takes to improve as you show off the Elliot Goldthorpe mask? That's another great performance from Elliot in midfield. But, what do you look to improve on, if anything, from this performance? What do you think Coach Dean is going to look to try and tweak going into this week?
I just think just to stay solid at the back. I think when we conceded the goal, we switched off a bit. I don't know whether we lost our men or we didn't drop enough in time. But I think it's just going to be plays like that which we just have to stay switched on for, because it could have been 0-0 up to that point and they could have capitalised and we would have been chasing the game and it would have been frustrating for us. So I think that that's the only thing really that we could take away from that. But in terms of the decision making and the passing and the moving and the defensive work rate, getting the ball out wide, distributing to Corey and Neville, I think he'd be very happy with that.
Absolutely. Well, Eddie, been a pleasure having you on. Thanks to everyone for watching today on CISN. It's been a pleasure having you for today's match. Again, a 4-1 victory for Des Moines Menace at home over Minneapolis City SC. They do the double after the 2-0 win in an earlier match. We'll see what they've got next in a couple of weeks, a couple of away games ahead, and we'll be right back here on CISN in a couple of weeks for another home match day. See you guys then, right here on Central Iowa Sports Network.